Hi, my name is Jessica Clodfelter, and I'm the Rehab Director here at CLAPS Nursing Center. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about one of the barriers we've overcome with our safe transitions. When we first rolled it out here at CLAPS, we used the printable papers off a box, and I had them in files, and we moved to binders, and we tried a number of things to try to maximize the therapist's usage of these great resources in our treatments, our caregiver education, and our discharge planning. What I began to find was we weren't always getting all the resources out to the patient, and when I would ask them why, they would say, well, it was in the gym, and I was 10 minutes away, and I was finishing up my treatment, and we just kind of went over it. So in discussing this with my team, I realized that we had the iPads right there at our disposal, and we were going to be able to use them through creating an Apple ID account for each associate to get them logged into Messages and also into the iBooks app. Now, we created the Apple IDs to be very work specific. Most of them are their first name, their credentials, and the year they graduated their therapy school. And so we save these in our iPads, so each person is a contact in my iPad. So if I have a specific thing I see on box that might be related to medication management, I can send that to just my OTs and my speech therapist. Or if I'm on the Facebook page and I see a speech-related resource, I can send that to just my 2 speech therapists, or my OT who might need some help with a specific documentation tip or something like that. If I find a resource appropriate for them, I can send it to them through the Message app. And this allows them to then save it into their books, to their iBook account. Within iBooks, the kind of neat thing is what makes sense to me in an organization doesn't always make sense to them. So they're able to use the collections within the iBooks to organize it how they want. You can keep each file individual, or you can clump them together into maybe home safety, kitchen safety, medication management, fall recovery. The evaluators, we have our standardized tests on there. And yes, we still have to handwrite the scores on them. But if I'm, away from the gym and I'm doing my evaluation and I forgot to bring a copy of the standardized test, I can pull it up on my iPad. I can use my schedule or a scrap piece of paper, and I can jot down the scores for each subsection. And I can go ahead and have that score there, read what that score means, and I can do direct documentation while I'm with that patient. I can talk to them about their standardized test. And when I get back to the gym, I can quickly fill that out and put it in so it goes into our HealthMax system. I have a lot of staff that is reluctant to get on the Facebook page. They have it built into their mind that for whatever reason, they're going to be spied on. So to overcome that fear of theirs, I'll go on Facebook, or if I see something that I think's useful, I can get on my iPad and send it over to them. So the videos and the resources that are very beneficial on there, I'm able to still get that to my team without them directly being a member of that page. We can go on websites, AOTA or APTA, and save specific documents or resources that we might find beneficial in our clinic. PT and OT has developed, generic home exercise programs for our restorative program, and those are saved on the iPad. So, the assistants know if they have a goal for, a upper extremity program, this is our standard program that we're going to do, so it's readily available. And the beneficial thing for me as a director is I no longer have to print every single thing for them. They can directly print from their iPads. So all I do is a couple times a month, I'll go on Box and I'll make sure that nothing's really been updated or a new form or changed to a form. And if there is a change, I can quickly send out messages, let them know, hey, replace this form. But they have it there. So if they're talking to Mr. Jones's family and there's no more copies of the How to Assist Someone to Fall, they can go on their iPad and under their iBooks and within seconds have a printed version that's nice, clean, and they can easily read. We were running into the problem of the more copies you make of that original, it gets blurry and difficult to read, so that's been very beneficial. Another thing that we're starting to do too is, with our orthopedic doctors, if they have specific protocols they want done, or if there's a range of motion standard that they want on a shoulder, we can upload those as well and kind of have them for a reference point. So in turn, all this was done so that we can make the clinicians as successful as possible. And I think our Safe Transition program is phenomenal in the level of information that is there. And I think sometimes we don't always get it out to our clinicians in the easiest to use format. So I definitely encourage you to, if you have a team that's embracing safe transition and the resources that are available, to use that. And to maybe look into doing this for your team and getting them on the iBooks to allow them to have those resources whenever and wherever they go if you have iPads in your clinic. On another note, one thing that has been incredibly beneficial is we also use the Word app from the Apple Store, and it's free to download, and this allows the clinicians to go on and download the Word app, and they can make visual cues, right there with the patient. Speech uses it a lot to make their medication logs, so they can make it specific to that patient. They do their visual assessment and see how long, what size font they can read and things like that, so they can make it very specific and during their treatment, so that we're really maximizing that point of service documentation. I believe there will be a resource that I created that kind of gives you the steps of how to get through this and set up everything. So I hope this is something that you guys can bring to your clinic and be more successful with the utilization of our resources. Thank you.